So here I am. This is the last of any tillage for this spring season. Now, we aren't done planting our beans yet, but we are done planting our beans on all of the ground that is tilled. After this, we're going into the no-till ground, which is approximately 100 or more acres. And yeah, that's all no-till, so we're planning on doing that tomorrow. They're calling for rain in 2 days. And then we should be pretty well set for planting. So if we do manage to get done with beans tomorrow, we'll have finished our beans in 3 days. So that's pretty dang good, I think. Like I said, we've had a pretty rainy spring, and it's just been hard to get out there. So we've kind of been pushing whenever we can get out there just to get it all done as soon as possible. So I'm doing my 11-acre corn. No, it's not cornfield anymore. My 11-acre bean field right now. I hit it once with the VT last fall, and I'm going through and I'm hitting it just one more time. Because we dug up those rocks, there's some spots where the ground isn't quite level, and I wanted to have it all leveled back off. So figured that this would probably, and it has been, covering up some of the smaller rocks, which is what I want. So I'll keep you guys updated on how this all goes. I'm not totally sure if they're going to come over and plant this tonight, but Travis and I are going up to the one of the upper farms, and we're going to plant beans tomorrow. So this is actually really working this ground down nice for just hitting it twice with the VT in total. I'm actually pretty happy with it. So anyway, I'm going to finish this up, and then I'm going to head back. You guys see that? I'm gonna have to watch out for that on the next pass. If you saw it, here, just wait. It's a good thing I saw that, because that might not have been good. I don't know what the heck that was. It was right up here. Right there. Here is yet another sinkhole. That's the second one I've found out in the field this spring. What I attribute that to is the wet spring that we've been having. Whenever we get a lot of rain, or a year with above average rainfall, or generally the years where we see quite a few sinkholes showing up. And that's because of the digging holes from the old lead mines back in the day, as well as underground there's limestone. So when acid rain falls over time, rain is slightly acidic. Over time, the limestone washes away, and it's left with caverns or caves. I wouldn't necessarily know if you'd call them caves, but generally around here I've seen more of the digging hole sinkholes than I have actually like natural formations. So that's what I attribute that to. I know that there are plenty of lead mines out here, because if you go over there, there are sinkholes like crazy. Like, probably, I know there's at least one where it's probably twice my height deep. So I'll be good. I won't ruin the tractor or anything. I think I should be good to drive just over it and let it go through the VT. Yeah, I think it'll do it. Just as long as we know they're here. since they're like right behind me with the planter, I really don't have time. At least I think they're going to come through right behind me with the planter and plant it tonight. So I don't necessarily have time to come back here and fill it with the skid steer. So I know it's here. That's what's important. Plus, it's going to be a bean field, so it's going to be easy to see it in the fall. I'm right over it. Well, that's all she wrote for tillage. Now it's time to put this thing back in the shed and call it good until the fall. Now, the auger's back there. I want to fit this thing back behind it. Sometimes when you're backing machines into the shed, you just have to trust your instinct and hope that you aren't going to hit anything. So I'm going to try to get it back behind the auger. No guarantees. But it's kind of a tight fit. Like, it's made for the VT, basically. So, no GPS, I know, not a big deal. See, like right now, I think I'm going to hit the back side of the shed there with the rolling basket on the back. But I just got to trust my gut instinct and think, you know what? Let's just keep going. Inches to spare down there. What? Okay. Kind of want to get back there as far as possible. I don't know. I doubt it's going to stay there very long. But it can actually stay there until further notice, I guess. Good enough. Yeah, basically got this thing out of the way for good for right now. Yeah, it's a bit of a tight fit. Made it work though. Oh, it's Travis that's putting the beans in.
Alright, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to set an adaptive curve line. It's as similar as an identical curve. I'm going to set my A point right where the cursor is. I'm going to set my B point up here. Now, you can see this deep red line on the top of the strip. So that's got a hard curve in it, and that's just not going to work. I'm not going to be happy with that. So I'm going to set a new line on the lower end of the strip where I got these nice, easy turns, and the auto track will handle it just fine. Everybody will be happy, especially me. So what we're going to do, I'm going to reset my adaptive curve, or my guidance. I'm going to hit new pattern, adaptive curve, hit enter. I'm gonna hit A. I'm recording. Planter's in the ground, and we're gonna roll. Now, what you're seeing here, that deep red line, green button, red pin, let's just call them pins. That's where I started, that's where I ended. Nice, perfect.
Smooth line.
Smooth line, yes. Sorry, I'm getting frazzled. So we're gonna spin back around. I'm gonna do a reverse turn around here. We gotta be moving, which we are. I'm gonna hit the on track. Planter's down. I turned down the sensitivity. Yeah, that. The sensitivity on this, and it's actually working a lot better. Before, the sensitivity was set to 10 out of 10. So what was happening is that the steering wheel...
Overcompensating?
Yeah, and you were getting some zigs and some zags and some whoop-loops. Not the machine's fault. That's purely a human thing where we should know better.
That's why they have the sensitivity in there.
Yeah. My opinion is box beam on the front and back of this thing for next fall.
We're coming up on a waterway. Planter's still in the ground. They all turned right back on.
Fixed base RTK. And go track. This is where the road shutoffs and on track and guidance and everything else kind of comes into play here.
Getting the planter ready for tomorrow morning. We've got our last 2 farms to do, and then we got my 11-acre bean field to do in the morning. Hopefully we can finish planting tomorrow, assuming we don't have any hiccups.